Hey, I'm Jimmy Wayne, and I'm hanging out with Spinnaker on the couch. And this is my song, Do You Believe Me Now? Do you remember the day I turned to you and said I didn't like the way he was looking at you? Made you laugh, but you just couldn't get what I was saying. It was my imagination. So do you believe me now? Guess I really wasn't that crazy. I knew what I was talking about. Every time the sun goes down, it's the one that's holding you, baby. Me a missing you way across town. Do you believe me now? I keep kicking myself for being the one foolish enough, giving him the chance to step in my shoes. Whoa, he was biding his time. We saw our love was having a moment of weakness. He was there between us. So do you believe me now? Guess I really wasn't that crazy. I knew what I was talking about. Every time the sun goes down, he's the one that's holding you, baby. Me a missing you way across town. Do you believe me now? Ooh, oh, I bet now you see the light. What's the use in being right when I'm the lonely one tonight? Yeah. So do you believe me now? Guess I really wasn't that crazy. I knew what I was talking about. Every time the sun goes down, it's the one that's holding you, baby. Me a missing you way across town. So do you believe me now? Yeah, yeah. You believe me now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time the sun goes down, it's the one that's holding you, baby. Yeah. We are missing you way across town.
All right, so of course we're going to start off with, why are you here in Jax? Do you have anything upcoming, doing a tour, having visits or anything? What brings you to Jacksonville?
I'm in Jacksonville to talk about the Krystal Country Fried Favorites Contest. And what that is it's a contest that you can actually enter. Anyone, students, and can enter. You can log on to krystal.com and download the Miss Krystal Friday teacher's coupon and present that to your favorite teacher or professor, and then they can take that coupon to a Krystal and redeem it for the Country Fried Steak Krystal. Why is that Miss Friday so important to me is she was my 6th grade teacher who encouraged me to write, and I'm where I'm at today because of her. You know, I have a book that's a New York Times bestseller. I've had music that's been on the radio, and had it not been for my teacher, Miss Friday, I wouldn't be here.
So then how did you first get involved with Krystal? I mean, that's a pretty big company.
Well, Coca-Cola reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in partnering with Krystal and doing something, you know, fun to promote the Country Fried Steak Krystal. And as soon as they said the name Krystal, I thought, well, my 6th grade teacher's name is Krystal Friday, so why don't we do something cool with that? And we come up with this idea of, let's commemorate, your sixth grade teacher, Miss Friday, and raise awareness for educators everywhere, you know, because they are important people. They're these people who single-handedly help build the next generation, which is us, the students, and you know, our kids. And so let's do something to raise awareness for them and give the community something, you know, and something they can enjoy. This Country Fried Steak Krystal is very good.
So I know you've been raising awareness in other ways. You walked almost 2,000 miles to raise awareness for the foster care system.
I walked from Nashville, Tennessee to Phoenix, Arizona in 2010, every step of the way, to raise awareness for foster children who are in foster care in America, aging out every year. There's 30,000 children who age out every year in America, become homeless. 50% of the females end up pregnant within the first year. 1 out of 4 end up incarcerated within 2 years. And 80% of our prison population were recipients of the system when they were kids. So if we can help them on the front end by extending foster care to age 21, they might have a chance to transition into adulthood and become productive citizens instead of liabilities. You know, we're having to pay for that. So why not help the kids now?
How else does your past inspire your music?
I would say 100%. You know, I started out writing when I was in Miss Friday's class. Miss Friday encouraged me to write. It was very therapeutic, and then it ended up being more of a hobby. And I wrote a few little rap songs, and then that turned into rock songs, and that turned into country songs, and then books, and now, you know, a book called Walk to Beautiful, which is a New York Times bestseller. But I'd say every song that I've written has come from a past experience.
Which
Songs
one?
like I Love You This Much, for instance, is a song that come from experience was inspired by my relationship with my biological dad. And so I wrote the song, and gosh, I wrote that in 2002, and actually this year, Coca-Cola is printing the title of that song on their cans, bottles and cans, for their Share a Coke and a Song campaign. So in conjunction with this Krystal campaign, you know, it's a lot of awareness that we're trying to raise to just give back, help some kids, and raise some awareness for some wonderful people.
So which song that you've written is most personal to you? I know you even wrote a song that Tracy Bird even sang. So you're a talented songwriter, but out of all of them, which one would you say is the most personal to you?
Probably I Love You This Much, because that was the second song I wrote when I got my record deal. And maybe even the third song I wrote, but it was one of those. It was just very personal, and that song has served so many people and has been used at, for instance, men's father and son conferences in big arenas. I mean, they've played the video to thousands of people, and the letters I've received as a result of that song, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing what a song will do, you know. A song like that.
Yeah.
I Love You This Much. And I mean, I've written a lot of songs. It's just so hard to pick which when your kids is your favorite. Kind of like I like them all, but there are a couple favorites.
So let's go back to the beginning then. Do You Believe Me Now made #1 on the charts. I think it was back in 2008. I remember I was a lot younger, and I jammed out to it in my room. I remember every week climbing to the top and just jamming out to it in the car, busting like I was in a music video. So I mean, if that was a big feeling I felt, what did it feel like having one of your songs that you spent so much work on become #1?
Well, it's an honor to have a song that's, you know, because there's only one #1 song that week in the world. So when you have a song that's been on the charts for 3 weeks at #1, I mean, you've had the #1 song in the world for 3 weeks. That's pretty amazing.
I believe Keith Urban's was the one right before you, and so switch the places, #1. That's got to be a great feeling.
Well, it only lasts for 3 weeks, and so you got to really live it up. You got to go to Krystal and get a Country Fried Steak Krystal and celebrate.
Yeah.
So you got with a Coca-Cola. You got to sit there and do that. But you know, it was amazing, and that opened a lot of doors because it is about the song. Anyone that's trying to get in the music business, I mean, look around. Every one of these guys will tell you. Every one of these artists will tell you. It comes down to the song. It doesn't matter how talented you are, no matter who you are, it's the song, because the person on the other end of that radio dial they may not know who you are, may not know the radio station, may not care or anything. They'll simply turn the channel if they don't like the song. And that can kill your career, or it can boost your career if they turn the volume up. So you gotta have a good song. That song, when I heard it, I knew it was a great song. I just fell in love with it the minute I heard it. Had a lot of work to do. It was a demo. We didn't go in a big studio and record that song. It was just 3 guys that put that song together. And I was sitting on a couch just like this, and the producer, Joe West, who wrote, mixed, and engineered the whole thing, the song used to start with the vocal, boom, do you remember? And I was like, man, DJs love to talk, and they need about 11.
They need the intro.
Yeah, they need 11 to 14 seconds to intro a song. And I said, it needs something like this. And then he's like, well, let's do that again. So he held a microphone over and he recorded it, and that's what you hear on the radio. We didn't edit it or anything, it's what you hear. So building a song, that was fun. It was fun to hear something that I had been a part of building. And man, going out playing it in front of thousands of people and them singing it, that was really incredible. So, you know, it's gotten me to where I'm at now and given me an opportunity to use those resources. And that's what it's all about too. I mean, it's very important for students to really pay attention to this and remember it is about giving back. I mean, we all want to succeed and get great jobs and make a lot of money and stuff, but you've got to give back. You've got to remember where you come from and always go back and give back to your schools, give back to your teachers, give back to your communities. And that's what we're trying to do by with this Krystal campaign, if you will, is trying to give back to the communities and just saying thanks to the school teachers, the educators who are investing in our lives, our kids' lives.
So one last question to wrap it up. I know that you're on the Krystal's campaign tour right now, but is there anything else that you're going to go back to the music, and are you collaborating or writing anything else from this experience that you're doing on the tour?
I'm always writing. I have a phone that's full of ideas that, you know, if I think of a song melody, I'll just record it into my phone. And so I'm always writing, but my next project, I hope, what I'm working on would be like a love album, because I've never recorded a love album. And I just have a desire to write some love songs, and didn't used to want to do that.
You never know.
I hate them.
Yeah, you never know. Years later, it might come back like, I know this song, and it's been years since
we talked about
that.
that.
Now. Yeah. Well, funny. I guess that's it for now. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you, guys. Hey, I'm Jimmy Wayne, and I'm hanging out with Spinnaker on the couch. It's my song called Sarah Smile. Baby hair with a woman's eyes, I can feel you watching in the night, all along with me. Whoa, waiting for the sunlight. Oh yeah. When I feel cold, you warm me. Feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile, oh yeah. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? You feel like leaving, you know that you can go. Why don't you wait until tomorrow? If you want to be free, you know, all you've got to do right now is say
song when you feel cold. Warm you, yes I will. But you can't go on. I'll come and hold you. It's you and me forever. Oh yeah, Sarah. Won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? When you feel cold, I'll warm you, yes I will. But you can't go on, I'll come and hold you. It's you and me forever. Oh, Sarah.